Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Daniel here. It's been a while since I made a video, and the truth is I've just been out and about. I am currently in Lagos, Nigeria, and this is where I'm from. I'm from Nigeria, of course, and this is my second time of actually coming to Nigeria in 2022. I've been spending a lot of time here, with friends, with family, trying to not miss out on too many things. And this last month, my friends have been getting married, and I've been more than honored to be part of those moments, because of course I can do my work remotely, and that's one of the good things about being a digital nomad, having a remote income, so that way you're in charge of your income, of your time, of your finances, of your life, basically. So this video, I just wanted to take this opportunity to talk about what it's like to live in Nigeria, either as a tourist or as a remote worker or as a digital nomad. So things are going to be different depending on how you want to live in Lagos, Nigeria. Of course, you want to get Lagos, Nigeria. Only a few countries are allowed to come in here without a visa, meaning only a few countries, can come in here with visa on arrival. You need to get what they call the authorization letter that allows you to fly into the country, which sometimes may not be very easy to come by. But I'm going to talk about that in another video. So, what is it like to live here? I'm in this very gorgeous apartment. This is my friend's apartment. So I'm not spending money on accommodation whatsoever, but if you are looking to stay here, accommodation is one of the very challenging things to come about in Lagos, and to find one that is really conducive, that is comfortable, you're gonna have to splurge a little bit. You're gonna have to spend as much as you would spend in other major cities. Pretty much Airbnbs are nothing to write home about, but there's something in Lagos, Nigeria that they call the short let. This is something that is very popular here. Short let apartments are like privately owned apartments that people put online for for rent, either for short term or for long term. So if you Google short let apartments in Lagos, Nigeria, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find tons of them online, and a lot of them communicate via WhatsApp. So if you want to book, you just have to message them on WhatsApp, and they're more than happy to respond to you and give you prices for the short let apartments. And you might be looking to spend anywhere from $40 to $100 a night. Yes, $100 a night. You can either choose to live on the mainland or on the island. Of course, if you're living on the mainland, it's going to be a little less expensive than if you're living on the island. So that's what obtains with regards to accommodation in Lagos, Nigeria. Now let's talk about the general convenience in Lagos here. Of course, Lagos is one of the most populous cities in Africa, with over 20 million people in a city the size of, say, New York. So you can imagine how dense the city is. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of stuff going on. So Lagos is more like a metropolitan city, a cosmopolitan city with a mesh of like different cultures, different ethnicities. Of course, Nigeria being the large country that it is, you're gonna find a lot of different people from different parts of Nigeria, different cultural groups, different ethnicities here in Lagos, Nigeria. So it's more or less like a New York, but on a grander scale, right? And traffic is one of those things that you're gonna have to be able to live with if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, because traffic is hectic, or it can get hectic. So if you want to move around, you have to time your movement. You want to go around to the island or back from the island, you can go before rush hour or way after rush hour, so that's very early in the morning or very late at night. Now, these are some of the considerations. Now let's talk about what it really means to work from here. What are some of the things that you will need if it's conducive, for working? As someone who's spent time here, one of the things that I realized is that working from Lagos can be very challenging. It can be, really annoying, and if you're not careful, things can go wrong very quickly. For example, the last time that I was here, I tried to work remotely, and it just didn't work. I spent about 2 months in Nigeria, about a month in Lagos, and I spent about a month with my family back in my hometown, and it was just a shit show. Internet was bad. I could not get on my calls. I had to give so many excuses. I lost a few clients in the process, but I had to be here. If not for the fact that I had to be here, I would have been gone a long time ago. But this time I have a lot more experience now. I mean, I did have a lot of experience, but since I've been away from Lagos for a long time, I just didn't know how to navigate a lot of these things. So right now I have this internet, this 5G internet from MTN. Now this is not exactly 5G because there's not 5G connection everywhere in Lagos, but like the internet, I mean the speed is truly stable. So if you're doing a lot of Zoom calls, you can rest assured that your calls are going to go, very smoothly. You get anywhere from about 20 to 30 megabits per second on that plan. Of course, it is not unlimited, so I pay about on the plan that I have right now, I pay about 30,000 naira, which is about anywhere from like $70 to $80 on the parallel market. So about $70 to $80 for 200 gigabytes of data, which is a little bit expensive, but for the things that I do, I find it to be very useful for me, because I need that peace of mind knowing that I can get on my calls whenever I want to without having to stress out about it. So that's what obtains with the internet. Transportation as well, it's really smooth. If you don't have a car in Lagos, you're gonna be okay. There's Uber, there's Bolt, there's InDriver, which I enjoy so much. So if you don't have a car here, you're gonna be okay. If you want to go out, all you have to do is download Uber, you download Bolt, or you download InDriver on your phone, either iOS or Android, and you're gonna be fine. Rides cost anywhere typically from like 4,000 to about 8,000 naira, depending on where you're going, and that can translate to anywhere from $5 to $10 or thereabouts. So $5 to $10 is like the average price of a trip here in Lagos. Say you're going from the island to the mainland or vice versa. So you can be rest assured that things are going to go smoothly in that regard. And also the price of food here. Food is one of the most least expensive things in Lagos. Of course, if you want to go to fancy restaurants, you're going to expect to pay a lot more. Fancy restaurants on the island, in fact, they can cost a lot more than they would cost in places like the United States, because Lagos is just one of those places where people appreciate good things. They like to spend money. I can say there's a lot of classism here. If you go to a high-end restaurant, people see you in a different light than going to, say, a local street restaurant. So a lot of people want to do that, especially people who make a little bit of money here in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you want to eat, you can go to fancy restaurants or you can go to street restaurants. I prefer the less expensive restaurants. Say for example, this morning I spent about 2,000 on a plate of rice with beans, with a lot of things, meat and all that, from the restaurant just down the street here. So that's one of the things, and that's less than $5 really. That's for a plate, like a meal, a full meal with a bottle of water. You can get a soda, something like that. So that is really good. So if you're coming to Nigeria, one of the things you have to keep in mind is that things may not go very smoothly according to plan, but if you want to enjoy yourself, I would much rather you stay, or you talk with someone who's on the ground, someone who knows their way around, so that they can put you through things, because things can get a little chaotic. So that's some of the things that I want to talk about here. Nigeria is such a beautiful place. In fact, the entertainment scene is one of the biggest in Africa, and of course nightlife, I must not fail to talk about it as well. Nightlife is really great in Lagos. In fact, it's comparable to anywhere you can go in the world, because nightlife here is really good. The city is a bustling city at night. It's typically called the city that never sleeps. So you can rest assured that you find a lot of good things to do. Of course, security can be a concern, but if you move with the right crew, you should be okay. I mean, I've gone out so many times in Lagos and I've never had any concern whatsoever. Of course, I'm from here, I speak the language, which can make things a little bit easier, but that's something you should keep in mind as well. So overall, should you come to Lagos, Nigeria, I will recommend it 100%. Come to Lagos, Nigeria, come experience it. As a tourist, at least, schedule out 1 or 2 weeks to enjoy the local environment, to travel around the southwest, to travel around Lagos, go to some clubs and just see how things are done around here. It's not at all what you see on TV. So that is going to be your experience pretty much. And if you want to learn more about coming to Lagos, Nigeria, I can put you in contact with some absolutely amazing people that can give you some of the tips and pointers that you may need. And also, if you're DT Nomad, check out the link in my bio for some of the health insurance options that you can get. You don't want to come here without having health insurance. Things can go wrong, but nobody hopes they do. So check out my link to Safety Wing. Of course, post an affiliate link. And if you want to grab your health insurance, your Nomad insurance, do that as well. And also check out Revolut, the bank that I use in more than 200 countries. They exist there, and you can also, transfer money to your friends and family. I do that all the time, and it works absolutely well. So this is going to be the end of it. I'm still in Lagos, Nigeria for the next couple of weeks, and I'll be making videos like this, just pop up here and there. It's not been very convenient for me to just set up my camera, and I have my usual setup, but this is the situation right now, and I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.